All right, welcome back. So I've been waiting to make this video for a while. I didn't know when I was gonna make it. I was waiting for free agency to die down, to see where everybody would go before I gave my grade in. So that's why I didn't have a lot of videos out, other than like the really big stuff. Um, but now that free agency is like kind of sorting down. Like Jamie and Lillard's still available. I'll probably make an update video or something like that about all of our free agency signings going forward. Just because, and I don't really have anything else. But like, obviously, you have Damian Lillard, Josh Giddey, Jonathan Kuminga. We still have all those pieces that are gonna have to go through. Who else? Aiden, we're still trying to figure out on. Malik Beasley, who the hell knows? Al Horford, who the hell knows? Quentin Grimes is still available. Cam Thomas, excuse me. I got Tyus Jones and Cam Thomas mixed up. Gary Payton Jr. No, Gary Payton II, excuse me, still in the market. Mo Wagner, he's re-signing, but we don't know for what. Westbrook, Chris Paul, excuse me. There's like so many people out there, so we're just gonna go with what we have like today, and hopefully this is not a nope. It's not. I'm just draft neck Mark complained about the Mets. I can only imagine. Wait, did they really? I don't know. I'm sorry if this video is kind of like. Oh, they blew it. Oh, they blew. Oh, great. Oh, he's not gonna be a happy guy. But let's just go over every single team. I'm just gonna grade them F through A, and yeah, here we go. So let me pull this up. So Atlanta, and this is the whole offseason, by the way. I'm combining draft and free agency. This is an A plus. It doesn't. I don't think it really matters if Kristaps Porzingis ends up his illness if he doesn't recover from that. I really don't care. If this is an A plus offseason, he's on a 1-year contract anyway. You can take on this risk. But this team is an Eastern Conference contender that can go to the finals next season. I mean, what a fantastic offseason by this Hawks front office. You basically get Trae Young all the help in the world. You pick up Nickeil Alexander-Walker. You pick up Luke Kennard. You draft Ace Newell after the Pelicans have become fucking dumbasses. You get Kristaps Porzingis in that trade, and all you need to give up is like one first-round pick. This is a championship contender right here, in my opinion. I don't know if they're on the Hawks level, but they're championship contenders in terms of them being in the East. And for that, I have to give them the A. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. This team is going to be fucking fun to watch next year, and I can't wait to see what happens. Next, the Celtics. So, to sum up their offseason, they picked up Anthony Simons. They picked up Luka Garza. They picked up Josh Minot. They drafted Hugo Gonzalez, Amari Williams, and then there was one more. There was one more. I forget who. Who's the other guy that they drafted? Oh, Max Schuler, right here. My apologies. Considering that they had to get under the tax because I hate the second apron just as much as everyone else does, I'm gonna give us a B. I think the Anthony Simons is really good, and also the Celtics are really good at developing players. Like, I mean, look at what they did to Luke Cornett. So, I'm sorry if I keep clicking over this, but Simons, if they stick with Simons, he's going to thrive in that system, and he's going to get better and better and better, and they're going to be championship contenders next season. I don't doubt that. Georges Niang, good bench player, but like you don't expect him to be much. Luka Garza might beat the starting center of his team next year, and I'm not really mad about that because they're taking chances on guys who haven't gotten a lot of opportunity and developing them, which is one thing the Celtics are really good at. Josh Minot, I think he's 22 or 23. He's a young guy that can grow with this Celtics team next season. We have to wait to see what Baylor Sharman does. Sam Hauser's still here. Payne Pritchard's still here. Like, this is not a bad team. Like, they're going to be like a playing team, in my opinion, while Jason Tatum recovers from his Achilles, which I hope he does all right. But you're losing Al Horford, you lose Drew Holiday, and you lose Kristaps Porzingis. I mean, considering what you had to give up in the circumstances, I'm going to give you a B. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. And you're getting some guys who could help you down the line if you develop them correctly. So this isn't a bad free agency at all. Nets. This one's just interesting. So they got a first-round pick for Cam Johnson, finally. Michael Porter is probably going to be a huge trade piece if he balls out in Brooklyn like I think he will this year, and then they'll get more first-round picks. So I'm going to give him a solid B+ for this trade. They got Zaire Williams back. They drafted all 4 of those rookies. Drake Powell is a G Leaguer right now, at least in my opinion. You get a playmaking big in Danny Wolf, and then you have a 3-horse race to determine who gets to play point guard in the future. I mean, I'll give it a C+. Like, they could have done better with their draft picks, and this is what happens when you don't trade up. I do wonder how this team is going to evolve. I'm not down in it like a lot of people are, but I'm just curious how this team is going to develop. Terrence Mann, they also picked him up in the Kristaps Porzingis trade. So overall, this isn't the worst that they could have done, but it's also not the best. So I don't know where I'm supposed to go with that. There's teams that did worse than them. There's teams that did better than them. I'm gonna leave it at that. Charlotte, you pick up Conkinipple, which is an A+ draft pick. Ace Bailey was not fitting on this Hornets team, so shout out to Conkinipple. He's going to be fucking awesome in Charlotte. Charlotte, you better love him. Love him. He's going to be great. You basically solve your shooting problem by getting these two right here and Liam McNeely, who's more of a spot up shooter than a moving. What do you call it? Like a moving three guy. So even though he's very limited in what he can do, 3-point shooting is 3-point shooting at the end of the day. You got probably your starting center in the second round in Ryan Kalkbrenner, and then you get Zion James, who's going to be a good depth piece. So I'm going to give it a B. Obviously, they got rid of all of their centers, and I don't know what's going to happen with LaMelo. I don't know what's going to happen with Miles Bridges, and I don't know what's going to happen with Grant Williams and Josh Green and Colin Sexton. I mean, they got him too, but like that guard rotation is just loaded. You have these 5 guys right here fighting for minutes. Am I crazy, or is there a world where LaMelo gets traded for scraps? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's a B right now. We'll see what they do continue to do in this offseason. Also, Josh Okogie is still here, which I did not know about. So, Chicago. I'm gonna give it a C-. You could have traded Lonzo Ball for a first-round pick, and instead you end up getting Isaac Okoro. Maybe this is a Josh Giddey situation again. Who knows? Kobe White might be on the move. I hope you trade him for fuck's sake. Please trade Nikola Vucevic for at least a first. Please do it. You get a high upside swing in Noah Essengay. And you didn't change too much. Just traded one veteran like you always do. So I'm going to just give us a C-. I mean, you could have done so much better, but you really just did jack shit. So I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. Cleveland, I'm giving them... I'll give it a C- as well. Yes, they got Tyrese Proctor in the second round, which is insane, and especially where he was picked. But you could have had Ty Jerome for cheaper than what Lonzo Ball is, and that's just shitty negotiations. And the fact that you didn't even want him either is just insane. So I kind of have to give you a C-. I mean, you didn't do much, but the only move you did make, you got Larry Nance Jr., but like it didn't do too much. It didn't move the needle too much, and I got to give you a shit grade. So, Dallas, I've got to give him a B+. I mean, you kept your center rotation. You have Cooper. You have D'Angelo Russell now. Yeah, you did just fine. You did just fine. You did what you have to do. I still can't believe the NBA rigged the lottery to give Dallas the first overall pick as a compensation for trading Luka, which is just fucking insane. But yeah, man. I mean, this team should not have Cooper Flag, man. I feel so bad for Cooper. I honestly wish he would have requested a trade so he can get the fuck out of there, but he's gonna be stuck there for a bit until Nico Harrison gets fired, which I hope he does eventually because he's a shit GM. Next, Denver, A+. The fact you even got more shooters off the bench into Tamar Bates is insane. If he balls down in G League, he's gonna be on the playoff. I think he's gonna be a part of the playoff rotation. It's just a shooter, which is insane. And is there more NBA news going on? No. Okay. But, yeah, Tamar Bates being on a 2-way contract is just insane. And I'm not talking about this specifically, but I just completely remembered. This was an A+ 2-way signing. I love Tamar Bates. He's a great shooter. He's going to be a great NBA player once he gets into his off-ball role. But bring back Bruce Brown. Getting a cheaper contract and having to give up only just give up one first-round pick of Michael Porter Jr. Getting Tim Hardaway Jr. Getting Jonas Valanciunas. Is there anyone else I'm missing on this list? I don't know. Maybe you bring Russell Westbrook back. I don't know. But this team just got a whole lot better on the bench this offseason. They are now, I think personally, they might be 12 deep if Tamar Bates pans out, like I think he might be able to as an off-ball shooter. But man, yeah, this is just a really great offseason. They addressed a lot of their concerns, and OKC, unless OKC develops a third on-ball creator other than Jalen Williams or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the Nuggets have to be like right on par with them for being one of the best teams in the Western Conference. So, A+ offseason for Denver. Is there another fucking trade? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, wow. All right, then. Buffalo Bills might be screwed. So, if you hear anything about Maxwell Harrison, I just saw that. If he's guilty of it, he shouldn't play in the NFL. I don't know. Did I say that wrong? If he is guilty, he shouldn't play in the NFL. If he isn't guilty and didn't do that and hasn't done anything else, he should be in the NFL. Like, you know what? Wow. If those allegations are true against Maxwell Harrison, I hope the Ohio woman gets what she deserves. I don't know her name. It just popped up on an Adam Schefter tweet, but we'll see, man. I mean, goddamn, Buffalo might have just wasted a first round pick, which is insane. But anyway, yeah, A+ for Denver. Sorry for getting off track a little bit. I just thought that on my timeline. I was like, what the fuck? Next we got the Detroit Pistons. So the Malik Beasley shit, you couldn't deal with that. You lose Dennis Schroeder, but you pick up Jazz Lanier, who pretty much plays like Malik Beasley, so it's fine. And then you pick up Karis LeVert, and you get Duncan Robinson. I'll give it a B. I don't mind a Karis LeVert signing. However, I do question Duncan Robinson. He's just not that. I don't think he's that guy personally. Like, he's not going to do what Malik Beasley does, right? I think he's just way too inconsistent personally and just disappears way too much in games. But Karis LeVert's a good, solid player, so I'll give it a B. I mean, it's not the worst. It's not the best. I mean, hopefully in the future with your first-round picks, you continue to grow. So that's all I'll say about that. Golden State. This is specifically a draft one. You lose Kevon Looney. Jonathan Kuminga, I hope we re-sign him and I hope that we find a way to use him because he's just way too talented not to go. Kuminga's a really talented player, but we just need to find a role for him, man. I mean, there needs to be a compensation, man, but it is what it is. If he leaves, I don't blame him, but you pick up Will Richard, who's a good shooter. You pick up Australian prospect of the future in Alex Tui. You're still trying to figure out your bench. You need another center. I'll give it just a C, just because I don't know what's going to happen next, and you've lost out on a lot of centers, so I'll just give it a C. This might be something I might have to revisit, but there's just not much for me to say about this. Next, Houston, A+. Absolute fucking home run. You get Kevin Durant, you get Dorian Finney-Smith, you get Clint Capella to make your matchups at center even more of a fucking nightmare than they already were. Is there anything else I'm missing? You bring the majority of your key free agents back in Aaron Holiday, Jeff Green, and Jayshawn Tate. I mean, this is an A+. I mean, this is just an A+ offseason, and they said, fuck it. If we can't lose to the Warriors like that again, we got to go get more shooters, and they did just that, so that's an A+. Next, we have the Indiana Pacers, F. I feel so bad for Miles Turner, man. He's about to be in a fucking shit show, but this is an F. I don't really give a fuck that you drafted Cam Jones and Talon Peter. I really do not care. The fact that you weren't willing to match $3 million in the first season and continue to lowball Miles Turner, and then you get fucked over by him going to Milwaukee, even though that's a shit deal for Milwaukee. That's an F, man. I mean, that's a fucking F. Like, Tyrese Halliburton will probably be back in a year or two just fine. And now that your starting center is Tony Bradley and maybe Thomas Bryant, if he comes back, I mean, if I'm Pascal Siakam, I'm thinking, what the fuck are we doing? Like, you say that you wanted to be in the fucking pay the luxury tax, and yet you fucking let this shit happen? Like, this is just an F. Indiana fans should be pissed off at their ownership. They just did a shit job. Next, we have LA. You get Kobe Sanders, you get Brook Lopez, you get Niederhauser. Is there anyone else I'm missing? Did they lose anyone? Not. Did they lose anyone? I don't think so. I mean, you get a backup center, which you desperately needed. You got Drew Eubanks as your backup center, which is not okay. You get a project in Niederhauser. You get a fun point guard prospect in Kobe Sanders. I'll give it an A-. I think this was just a fine offseason for the Clippers. We'll see what happens going forward if they make any other moves or not. But honestly, this isn't a bad offseason by any stretch of the imagination, so I'm going to give it an A-. Next, the Lakers. This is going to depend on if they get a center. So I am going to give an incomplete grade. Who was the other team I gave a C grade to? Golden State. They're getting an incomplete grade as well. But yeah, I'm gonna say incomplete. I want to see what centers they get before I say anything about them. And the fact you have LeBron and trade rumors is wild. But yeah, like we'll see about this. I don't know what the hell is gonna happen with this team. Um, Hopefully LeBron gets a fifth ring, but just like I don't know what the hell is gonna happen here. So I'm sorry if I'm looking at my phone, but like I have to be on my phone because like if I don't like do shit, then I'm just gonna get fucked over. Like if I don't have my phone here like at all times and I miss something during the video, I'm probably gonna have to go back to it. But I don't make sure I have everything sorted out. Next week in Memphis, I'm gonna go with an A+. I know that's going to be a hot take. Yes, Caldwell Pope and Cole Anthony are still here, even though he's getting released. And yes, you get J.My Mashak and Javon Paul. But I'll give it an A-, and here's why. I did not like the Desmond Bane train at first. However, you get Cedric Howard, who is going to be a fucking stud in the NBA at pick 11, and all you had to do was give up one future first-round pick, and it's Orlando's. A+. Just A fucking plus. I love this deal for Memphis. He's going to be the starting shooting guard next season. Ignore this depth chart. He's going to be the second. He's going to be a shooting guard next season, or Jalen Wills. It's going to be interchangeable. But Cedric Howard, man, he's going to be so fucking good, man. I can't wait to see what happens in the NBA. I love him way too much. I know this is personal bias, but I really don't give a shit. He's just a good basketball player. Next, Miami. Tyler Hero's their starting point guard. I mean, I guess like that, but like, damn. I'll give an incomplete grade for this. Actually, you know what? I'll give us a B+ because you get Kasparas Yakuchunas, who should be your starting point guard. But I'll give us a B+. Obviously, they haven't gotten any big fish yet, and also there's still the Jonathan Kuminga situation. But, I mean, I'm going to just grade this based off Kasparas Yakuchunas, who the fact that he fell to 20 was insane, but... And Terry Rozier might be off the books, too, so... Overall, not a bad offseason for Miami. Not like championship contender status level of good, but just a good enough basketball team. That's what I'll say about them. Next, Milwaukee. F. In fact, I would give it a 0 if that was a letter grade. Which is an F. This was a dog shit offseason. Why the fuck are you releasing Damian Lillard and just not taking the 1 year and just take the 1 year hit and move on? Like, just take the fucking 1 year hit and move on. Like, why the fuck do you have to stretch this out 5 years just so you can sign Miles Turner to get your ass whooped by the Pacers again? Like, I don't fucking get it. Like, I just don't fucking get it. Yes, they brought Kevin Porter Jr. back. Yes, they brought Gary Trent Jr. back. Yes, they brought Mitchich into the fold. And they signed a majority of 3 agents. But, like, this was already not a good basketball team. Miles Turner is better than Brook Lopez. But he's not going to make this team a fucking championship contender. I just don't get it. Like, you're going to have to trade Kuzma for somebody better than him. But it's just like... What the fuck are they doing, honestly? It just blows my mind how shit this team is. Yeah, like, yes, Tyler Smith might become a good basketball player, and yes, Andre Jackson's a really good basketball player. But, like, this team just fucking shit the bed. If I'm honest, I'm getting ready to get the fuck out of here. This was a shit offseason. So, for that, I gotta give it an F. F-, like, the lowest grade I possibly could fucking give. And also, sorry for the profile pictures not showing. I don't have any control on that. For Minnesota, you got Joan Berringer. I'll just give it a C. Obviously, you lost a big guard piece in Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Yes, you hope that Jalen Clark and Terrence Shannon end up filling that void, which I think they can. But you did lose one of your key bench pieces, and at the end of the day, you didn't really do too much, and you weren't going to do much anyway, so I'll just give you a C. Is there more news, or is there just more hockey shit? All right, no. Next, Pelicans, F. I don't really care that you drafted Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen, but Jeremiah Fears is not the issue, by the way. I'm not going after him. I'm going after the Derek Queen fucking trade. This trade was fucking abysmal. Considering how shit of a defensive basketball team you are, why are you leaving Yves Missy to fucking be on an island? I feel bad for him. I hope the Lakers end up getting Missy because he's a really good basketball player. But what the fuck are we doing? Is this going to just be Missy carrying this entire fucking defense? And Trey Murphy and Herb Jones just fucking carrying this defense? Like, this defense is already shit. Like, yes, you have these pieces, but it's like, you're not fucking doing anything with Derek Queen, who doesn't fit your system at all. I get that you like him, But like you have to make so many accommodations for him right now, because Derek Queen is not at that point where he can be a good defender, right? And he's not a good shooter either. Yes, he can do everything else well, but it's just what the fuck are we doing? Like I generally, and you give him your 2026 first to move up to go get this guy. Like I don't get it. Like I generally don't get this deal. Like I don't know why you did that deal, but and you basically let the Hawks get a free lottery pick. So this is an F off season. I don't care if you got Kevon Looney. This is just an F. And Sadiq Bey and Jordan Poole. All right. I think we should be back. Sorry for that. I had some things to do, but let's just keep going. Was there anything bad in here? No, it wasn't. All right, cool. So yeah, this is an F. Dog shit team. Dog shit grade. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. This is just an F. I mean, they should be in the lottery next season, and the Hawks have their pick. That's stupid. Next, New York. You didn't really do that much. Like actually, you did much. You did get Jordan Clarkson. You did get Yabusele, which is really good for your depth. Now you're like 9 deep, which is pretty good. But the one thing I will say is, why the fuck did you not hire a GM or a head coach until like? No, you didn't hire. Why the fuck did you not hire a head coach until like today when Mike Brown just got hired? That makes no sense to me. Like I have to give us a D. Like actually, no, I'll give it a C because of the Jordan Clarkson, Yabusele signs. But the fact that you didn't hire a coach until now is just fucking insane. So I gotta give it a C. Like if this was based off the signs, it would be a B plus. But because of the coach situation, I've got to give this a C. Like I don't know what the fuck they were doing. Next, we have the OKC Thunder. You get the Hardenstein replacement. You get another shooter off your bench. And I don't. You got rid of one guy that you traded 5 second-round picks for, which isn't good. I'll give it a B. You know what? You didn't do too much. I am waiting for the ball to drop, and Hardenstein ends up getting traded. Caruso gets moved. Dort gets moved. Joe gets moved. Like there's gonna be a lot of guys that are gonna get moved soon because of this 40 million. Like 33 million salary increase. So we'll see. OKC has the OKC Thunder have the picks to set this off, but I just don't know what the hell they're gonna do, man. They just have so many goddamn free agents. Next, Orlando. I'll give it an A-. You did get Desmond Bane, although you did have to give 4 first-round picks. You finally let Caleb Houston go. Mo Wagner might be coming back. I'll just give it an A-. You got Desmond Bane. You're now a contender in the East. You got Jace Richardson, who could be really good if he can offset his size. And Noah Penda is a really interesting prospect off France. I'll give it an A-. You're contenders. Jonathan Isaac's going to get moved. You need a backup center still. But honestly, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I think they're going to be just fine. They're going to be contending in the East for a very long time. Next, 76ers. So, you get VJ Edgecombe. They have Jared McCain at 3. That's fucking insane. You got Quentin Grimes coming back, probably in all likelihood. I'll give it a B. Nothing too impressive. It's just recovering the core pretty much and just letting Paul George get healthy and adding VJ Edgecombe to this team. I think VJ Edgecombe is a wing personally at this point of his career. He's not really like a ball handler, but I don't know why Jared McCain is a 3. I don't know why he's a 3. He would get torched as a 3. But yeah, we'll see with Paul George and Joel Embiid how that goes. If they recover, just fine. I don't know if Paul George regresses another year. I would be worried if I were a Sixers fan. So I'll just give it a B. Maybe they flip Paul George for something that's actually better. We'll see. Next, Phoenix. I'm gonna give him an A+. Yes, the Jalen Green and Devin Booker fit might be awkward, and yes, you got Devin Booker. But you get Mark Williams and Kaman Maiwatch on the same night. You get Rasheer Fleming at the beginning of round 2, along with Kobe Bryant, who's a good shooter. I mean, this was just a really good offseason for the Phoenix Suns. They're going to be a good team. I don't expect them to make the playoffs, but if this is the foundation you're building on for a team to be really successful, I have to give it an A+. Jalen Green might turn into something, maybe. Who knows? But honestly, this is just an A+ overall, just like an A+ offseason. You couldn't ask for anything better if you were the Phoenix Suns. So I'm giving it an A+. And you also got Nigel Hayes, so shout out to him. He's coming back. Wisconsin legend. All right. They have him as power forward, damn. Next, I'm giving the Trailblazers. So they get rid of DeAndre Ayton through buyout. I don't think they picked up anyone other than Hanson Yang in the draft. Maybe a second round pick. I'm forgetting, but I don't really care. Or not that I don't care, but I don't remember. So I'm gonna give this a C. You didn't do too much. The more I watch Hanson Yang, the more I really like him, and I understand why he went 16th. But that's just the printer. My apologies. But we'll see what happens with him. I'm just gonna give it a C. You didn't do too much. Actually, oh yeah, you got Drew Holiday as well, and you got rid of Anthony Simons. I mean, they were a top defensive unit towards the end of the season, so, I'll give it a B. You know what? I'll give it a B. I don't know if you're going to trade Holiday for assets. We'll see, but you're still going to be in the lottery, but you're still a decent team regardless. Next, Sacramento. I heard reports that you're trying to trade Malik Monk for Dennis Schroeder, which is just fucking insane. Yeah, I'll give it a C as well. They didn't do too much. Yes, they got Nick Clifford, who's a good basketball player, but, you didn't do too much else. Yes, you got Eubanks in right now, but you just didn't do too much. You got Sarge, who you fucking lost that trade for Valanciunas. Terrence Davis might be here as well. I mean, yeah, they didn't really do shit. I think they just got Schroeder just to trade him at the deadline for more assets down the line, so it is what it is, but just, yeah, man, this is just a old basketball team that isn't really good. San Antonio. I'm gonna give this a B+. You got Card Bryant. You got Dylan Harper. You didn't get Kevin Durant, but those two draft picks should offset anything you were worried about. So I'm gonna give it a B+. Dylan Harper is gonna be a great point guard for Wemby in the years to come, and Bryant will be a good starter down the line for San Antonio when they are competing. So I'm just gonna give it a B+. And they can do more of this offseason. Who knows? They might get LeBron if they trade Keldon Johnson and Harrison Barnes, which I really would want them to see them do. But yeah, I'm gonna give them a B+. Next, Toronto. This is interesting. You draft Colin Murray Boyles when you need a center, and you not overpay, but you already have all these guys paid to begin with, except for Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram. This is just a below-average basketball team that you've committed so much money to. You obviously got Sasha. I believe that's his first name. I'm not saying his last name because I can't pronounce it. And you got Elijah Moore, but this is just a shit basketball team. This is a below-average basketball team. They just need to rebuild, man. Colin Murray Boyles. I mean, maybe if he gets a shot, I'd like his upside, but I just don't see it with this team, man. I just don't see it with this team. I just don't. I've got to give it a D. I've just got to give it a D. It's not F. You're not Pelicans and fucking Who's the other shit team? Who's the other team? You're not fucking Pelicans. Or who was it? Who was the other team that... Oh, the Pelicans or Bucks bad. Right, but you're still shit, but you just did a little bit better than them, so I'll just give them a D. That's all I'm going to say about that. Utah, I'm going to give them an A, specifically because you got my number 2 player on the board in Walter Clayton. I think he's just way too good. And Ace Bailey on the same team as your developmental piece. You didn't have Ace Bailey ask for a trade, which you probably should have, because Utah fucking sucks as a town to live in. But overall, you get 2 high upside players for the future, and they're going to be so much fucking fun to watch next year. I hope Walter Clayton and Ace Bailey both pan out, man. I hope both of them pan out. They're going to be really fucking good to play. I don't think they added anybody else. So I'm not... Oh, yeah, they got Yusuf Nurkic. I think they got him... Oh, they got him in the Colin Sexton trade. I don't expect much out of him. He's going to be a trade piece down the line. I'll just give us an A. I'll give it an A just because of UC picks, not because of anything else they did. Wizards. You have 3 huge contracts that are going to come off your books, and you're going to spend big in the 2026 offseason. I'm going to give it an A. You're setting yourself up yourselves up for a big offseason in 2026, and you have Trey Johnson and Will Riley in the fold, who might end up panning out. Honestly, I'll give it an A. We'll see how much opportunity Will Riley gets, but Washington did a really good job of this offseason, setting themselves up for next offseason, and I think they did a good job for the draft and free agency. And that's it. I'm assuming this video is gonna be like 30 minutes long. So also I don't know when the draft video is gonna come out. That might come out in a few days. I need to get. I have the first 2 picks done, but I gotta get the rest of it done. But thank you guys for watching. I gotta go edit this video. But yeah, see ya.